Steroids have been around the athletic world for about 90 years.
Competition has been around the world for many years. Today, athletes are looking for new substances to use to get the competitive edge over their opponents. With the creation of steroids and other performance-enhancing drugs, some athletes make the choice to risk their integrity and even their life in order to be the best at their sport. Anabolic steroids are an artificial substance that mock testosterone and are used by doctors to treat health problems in humans. These drugs have been around since the 1930s for the use of medical purposes only, but later found their way into the athletic world and began being used by many athletes.
These drugs can be taken in many forms, such as pills and injections, as well as ointments and
I'm just an idiot. Because, well, number one, it's illegal. Number one is wrong. Let me tell you something. They're not going to let them test. When I saw that thing come out in the last week about they're going to start testing next week, I said, ain't a chance in the world. Because some of those guys are cheating, and the unit's going to protect them.
Think about steroids. It was not a big deal when I played, but the guys that were doing steroids, did you know who on your team was doing steroids?
Absolutely.
Did you know?
Stand out like a turd in the punch bowl.
I knew who was doing it too. I mean, it was open. You knew. They catch the guys that are doing, I want them kicked out of the NFL. Why? For a lot of reasons. One, they're cheating. Okay, it's like Charles said, it's illegal. They're cheating. They're getting the edge on the competition. Yes. I want to play you. It's you and I play. I don't want to be playing the other.
Someone else is doing it. Now I have to make a decision. Am I going to compete or am I going to give up my drink? And at that point, it's a really tough decision. You know, as a high school player, you may not be able to afford to go to college.
They're among the world's most controversial drugs. Not coke, heroin, or crystal meth, but anabolic steroids.
Steroids are incredibly effective.
However, it comes at a price.
This is Russian roulette that they're playing with themselves.
But for pro athletes in all sports, millions of dollars and world records can ride on gaining the slightest edge. And that's when many turn to steroids. Of course.
Are you taking a fifth?
I'm not here to discuss the past. I have never used steroids, period.
There's probably not an athlete alive at any level that hasn't considered using steroids, at least at some point in their career.
These drugs will take you places that you can lift for 50 years and you'll never get to naturally. They're that potent.
Well, anabolic steroids speed up that process. So rather than taking 48 hours, it may be only 24 hours.
In 1990, Congress voted to make steroids illegal without a prescription. The first shot in a war against cheating in sports had been fired.
But would I personally do it again? Yes. Listen to the draw of that stuff. For one moment in time, Steve Mahalik was the best there was on planet Earth. Number one. That's a hard thing to discount.
The short-term side effects of steroids include acne, testicular atrophy, decreased sperm count, enlarged breasts, high blood pressure, fluid retention, and abdominal liver function. The long-term effects include permanent liver damage as well as heart damage, and could lead to later on in life organ failure.
Men may experience a number of short-term cosmetic changes. They can include severe acne on the back, as well as on the face, gynecomastia, the accumulation of fat under the nipples, causing the breasts to swell. For women, the androgenic or masculinizing side effects are more pronounced, including male pattern baldness, growth of facial hair, and even a permanent deepening of the voice. On the inside, doctors believe this could happen. One type of oral steroid has been linked to tumors and cancers of the liver. Others have suffered a rare condition called peliosis hepatitis, where blood-filled cysts form on the liver and can rupture, causing internal bleeding. But even more alarming is the effect of steroids on the heart. Steroids can dramatically alter cholesterol levels, increasing the risk of heart attack or stroke.
All my organs were shutting down one by one, piece by piece, and all my arteries were clogged, all 7 in my heart. I had no blood going to my heart. The doctor opened me up. He said he saw more blood in a dead person than he saw me being alive.
In conclusion, athletes in both college and professional sports today are risking their health and taking steroids to gain the advantage. Steroid users in sports is a growing problem. New and more effective testing procedures will help to keep the heart of competitiveness in sports fair and equal to all athletes.
Began to show.